Before my daddy left for Cooperstown, New York a couple of years ago, he took me to one last baseball game. We drove for miles before we made it to our destination, and upon entering the ball field, he turned to me and said, "This will not be your typical game." Little did I know the kind of impact this game would have on me. Let's fast forward. It is the bottom of the 7th inning and a foul ball is hit. The umpire's out of baseballs, and so he calls for another to be thrown in. The coaches and players search their dugouts and look all around for one, but they come up empty-handed. Seeing that no one could find a ball, the umpire gave the call. Someone find a ball or the game is over as is. It's a close game, and the home team is down by 1 run. They are out on the field at this moment, but there's one boy coming out of their dugout to talk to the umpire. He takes off immediately. I turned to my daddy and said, "What's going on?" He replied, "Just watch." Within about 15 minutes, he was back with his Labrador Retriever, and I heard him tell the umpire, "Give my dog some time, he will find a ball, and we can continue to play." And indeed, the dog found some of the missing baseballs. That game, as I hope you will see, changed many lives. It taught the value of heart, determination, dedication, hard work, perseverance, and most importantly, teamwork. Because even though that boy was benched, he came through for his team when no one else could. So tonight, I plan on touching on a few of those bases, but I'm not exactly sure where the ball is going to land. So I ask that you just watch, just listen. This semester, this very classroom has been our playing field. We've grown as individual players, and we've become a strong team because of our different talents. We've been coached by arguably one of the best managers around, and when he's been doing press interviews and such, we've had to go to the clubhouse to get extra practice and training from his coaching staff. And thanks to them, we have played against some tough opponents and made it to the World Series during our rookie season. In the regular season, we took on the Informatives and made it to the playoffs. In the playoffs, we battled against the Persuasives and won. And now we're finally here in the World Series playing against the Ceremonials. During this season, we have learned things that go beyond this field. In the regular season, we were taught the fundamentals. Practice. Preparation precedes power. Put in time off the field and you'll be successful at bat and on the field. Passion. Find something you're passionate about and put your heart into it. And finally, love your teammates and yourself. Cindy taught us this when she got us in a huddle and told us to hug each other and then ourselves. This was important because through love, we left our hearts out on the field and everybody made it past home plate against the Informatives. The playoffs came and the stakes grew higher. The Persuasives were known for sweeping teams and we were the visiting team, so Coach knew we had to get ahead fast. Before we took the field, Coach sat us down and went over what we did well during the regular season, but more importantly, what we could and needed to improve on. He mentioned many of us are struggling in practice to get our swings in on time, and he made it clear that we needed to up our game a bit with our outlines. However, during the second game of the playoffs, we ran into some technical difficulties, and Coach was obviously under a bit of pressure as we saw a side of him we've only seen once. But in the end, Coach was understanding. He wants us to succeed, and that's why sometimes he's gotten hard on us or maybe even heckled us. Shola and Jordan, y'all are cute together. Sorry, I can't say it as good as Coach used to. The Persuasives were a hard opponent to get by, but once again we won. And now it's all come down to this, the World Series. This is our last game, and I just want to say that I am honored to be able to play one last game alongside all of you. We have encouraged each other throughout the season and given each other advice on how to improve. We've all put in hard work to be successful during our at-bats, and in the end, we've all made it home because of our coach who never failed to encourage us. This season has been a great one, and the skills we learned, having heart, being dedicated, and leaving our all on the field, for our brothers and sisters, I am positive will remain with us for the rest of our careers. In the end, I cannot thank just one person for a successful rookie season, because what I learned in that last game I saw with my daddy is that each and every person on the team is valuable. That boy who went running off and came back with his dog was my daddy. The game was played miles away in the 1960s, and there was only one ball during the whole entire game. If my daddy hadn't loved his team as much as he did, his team would have never had the chance to go on to win, which indeed they did. Baseball is not about who scores the winning run, or even about who is on the field. It's about each person's individual effort to get everybody around the bases. So before I cross home plate tonight, I want to express my deepest gratitude to all of you for being the best teammates I could have ever hoped for. And also, before I step on home plate, on behalf of my daddy, I want to recognize two people who played a very important role during this season. First off, Coach Anderson, my CWC coach and trainer. Unfortunately, he cannot be here tonight to receive this award, but my dad and I want to thank him for practicing with me and encouraging me to work past my frustrations, as well as hitting me ground balls and pop flies until I felt like I could pass out. And finally, Coach Briscoe, our coach. In the words of my dad, thank you for recruiting my daughter to be a part of your team, and thank you also for not allowing her to quit before she even swung the bat. My daddy brought me to the field, but my coaches are the ones that taught me how to play the game. And Coach Briscoe led us all through every game, and now it's our time to soak up the victory.